Let me talk a little bit about this Obama scandal. Trump just said that Obama is the ringleader. And Trump also used the word treason, which I think shows that Trump is not flinching from the idea that Obama needs to be prosecuted. Trump said, I'm going to leave it to the DOJ. I'm going to leave it to Pam Bondi. And I have my doubts about Pam Bondi, but I think if Pam Bondi felt that Trump himself was determined that this go forward, then I think it will, in fact, go forward. I also saw a post by Julie Kelly saying, hey, if you can use seditious conspiracy against those on January 6th who had no plans to overthrow the government, it's hard to see how the DOJ could not pick that up and use it on the Obama and Biden regime. Exactly. In the case of January 6th, they were quite willing to reach for the seditious conspiracy charge, which is one step short of the treason charge. I guess the treason charge is reserved for if the country is at war or if there is a direct concert or collaboration with a foreign enemy. Here, that is not the case. And so maybe seditious conspiracy is a better description than treason. But Julie Kelly's point is it's already been used by the other side. We should not flinch from using it. Do you remember the email that Susan Rice sent herself? Think about this. She sends an email to herself. January 20th, 2017. She's supposedly documenting this White House meeting with Obama. And Rice emphasizes that we got to make sure that everything is done, quote, by the book. In fact, she says Obama wants it to be done by the book. So clearly there's an effort by these seeming conspirators to cover their tracks right at the beginning. It's like, hey, listen, we're hatching a scheme, but let me go right back to my office or right back to my apartment, send myself an email. So if this ever comes out, and if it ever becomes scrutinized, and God forbid if the other side ever gets into power, I can produce this email to myself and say, hey, look, I was just recording that we all agreed that this was to be done legally and done by the book, and we are not engaging in any kind of seditious conspiracy, even though, of course, we are. This, by the way, is a good time for you, if you haven't seen it, to go back and watch my original film on Obama. 2016, Obama's America came out in 2012. It was actually looking forward to 2016, the fateful year that we're talking about here, where Obama's 2 terms came to an end, Trump was elected, and Obama tried quite successfully, by the way, to subvert the first Trump presidency. If you want to watch the Obama film, it's now available. You can see it on YouTube, on Google Play Movies and TV, on Apple TV, on Fandango at home. At the top of my Twitter, at the top of my X, I have the links to where you can find the movie and watch it. And it's illuminating to watch because Obama is the turning point. Obama is the place where not just the Democratic Party, but the whole country took a turn. Remember, Obama used the term the remaking of America. And for many people, it was boilerplate. Oh, yeah, all these politicians talk about hope. They talk about change. They talk about remaking. But with Obama, he meant something very concrete, very particular by remaking America. And I would argue that to a large degree, he did remake America. And when Trump talks about making America great again, a lot of what he means is undoing the damage that was done by Obama. Now, I want to emphasize that if we have a conspiracy case here, it should include the media. It should include the news organizations that were in on it, that were well aware that all of this was based on lies, but were nevertheless feeding this false information to the American people. They were part of it. And there is no automatic First Amendment protection from engaging in seditious conspiracy. If you are part of the conspiracy, you can be faulted for that. You can be held responsible. You can be jailed. You can be given the appropriate penalty. And my friend George Papadopoulos also posted something that often gets missed, the role of foreign intelligence agencies in all this. Because it wasn't as if Clapper and Comey and Brennan and these guys functioned merely within the parameters of the United States. No, they worked with British intelligence, and I'm not just talking about Christopher Steele. I'm talking about British intelligence agencies. I'm talking about spies who are ensconced in places like Oxford University, masquerading as researchers or professors. I'm talking about the Australian diplomat Alexander Downer, who was part of the seeming entrapment of Papadopoulos. Maybe he was put up to it by Clapper and Comey and U.S. intelligence. But the point is that these foreign entities are actively involved in all this. And I think Papadopoulos' point is they should not escape investigation, they should not escape scrutiny, and they should not escape consequences. The Trump administration has their sleeves rolled up and streamlining some monumental moves right now. However, it's difficult for them to take your personal finances or mine into account when trying to do what's right for the country. You have to do that. We have to do that. And that's why tens of thousands of Americans are buying gold right now from Birch Gold. Here are some facts. In the past 12 months, the value of gold has soared. It's increased by 40%. Central banks are bolstering demand for gold by buying in record quantities. That tells you something. Global instability and tension is among the highest in decades. So you might be able to find some security, some peace of mind in gold. Birch Gold makes it easy for you to convert an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold, or you can just buy some gold to store at home. Text my name Dinesh to 989898. Birch Gold will send you a free information kit on gold. There's no obligation, just useful information. Birch Gold has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Tens of thousands of happy customers. So protect your savings today. Text the word Dinesh to 989898.